Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching Geoffrey and Varya. Whenever we watch these two, I want to raise awareness for domestic violence, intimate partner violence. If you or anyone you know is suffering from intimate partner violence or high control relationships, go to thehotline.org. That's thehotline.org.
Will you marry me?
I want to say that you're absolutely an amazing, wonderful man. And we spent a great time here in Russia. Maybe we are going too quick.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, they've only been in person for 2 weeks, so I think Varya is absolutely entitled to saying, whoa, like maybe in the future, but not now. So, makes sense.
So you're basically saying no.
Jeff, can you sit? This is a good step. Great. Maybe not now.
Again, makes total sense. I have cat hair on my face because I was hanging out with my cat earlier. It makes sense that she would want to say that. She is saying that maybe in the future, but not now. We've been face to face for 2 weeks. Let's give it some time. Now, the question is how is Geoffrey going to deal with this? Because this can go one of two ways. It could be, great. Sounds like in the future. I guess I jumped the gun. It hurts a little bit, but I'm hearing encouraging things, so let's continue going down that road. Or he could be very hurt and triggered in this moment, kind of at his own doing, right? Because he is kind of jumping the gun and overreact and get very upset. With a lot of couples, I'm often pulling for them. I don't know if I'm pulling for this couple given the allegations that are on the internet about Geoffrey, and his 3 previous relationships have come forward and said that he is someone who will use high control and violence. I don't know if anyone would be pulling for this relationship, but from Geoffrey's perspective, he should be happy about this because this indicates that she isn't in it just for the green card in the way that he was worried about earlier. If anything proves that she's not in it just for the green card, it should be this. That as soon as if he proposes, she says yes, boom, green card, right? The process begins. But for her to say, no, I want to take my time, then that should prove to him that she isn't in it just for the green card. She is in it to find a soulmate, which is what she's been saying. So maybe he'll take it that way. Let's see.
I want you to be honest and upfront, but this is the whole reason for us coming together. Like, this was really our chance. This was our make it or break it time. I never thought in a million years you'd turn me down.
Okay, so that's kind of interesting. So we heard 2 different perspectives there that I would say not everyone would have. On one perspective, he said this was our chance. This was our one and only chance. Why is it your one and only chance? You have other days ahead of you, so it's not your one and only chance. And you've only been dating in person for 2 weeks. 2, he said that he honestly didn't think she was going to say no. We've seen other people on this show have this attitude. Big Ed kind of had this attitude of just like, wait, so you could say no? And when they have that revealed about their attitude, it shines some light, I think, on why they chose people whom they thought would almost be compelled to marry them because they would need the green card, because they need to come to the United States. I don't know, it's total speculation, but I wonder if a lot of these people from the United States feel as though they can't actually find someone in their own country, and they want a sure thing. They want someone who is for sure going to say yes when the time comes. Big Ed kind of said this too, as he thought he was going to the Philippines to evaluate Rose to see if she was good enough for him, but he never considered that she would be evaluating him to see if he was good enough for her. And in this moment, Geoffrey seems to be exhibiting some of that attitude. I don't know, but he seems to be saying that. It's just like, wait, I didn't think you would ever say no to me. And I wonder what that has to do with, what kinds of traumas or insecurities or assumptions or racism, colonialism. I don't know what's going on there. Or he just got a vibe that she was going to say yes and he read it wrong. I don't know. But it would be something worth exploring with these people, because I don't know if that attitude is lending itself to actually seeing eye to eye with these people.
If it is a destiny, the time doesn't matter. Geoffrey's trip in Russia did not go how I thought it would. With him yelling with my friends, with him telling me and my family about his criminal past. These are big issues in the future.
I proposed to Varya. She actually said, "Not yet," to my proposal. I'm hurt. It hurts.
What are you thinking about?
Where I am in my life, I guess.
So he seems to be taking it a lot harder than I would have thought, or a lot harder than I'm guessing other people would have, the average person would have. She was being very sweet in her turning him down. She was saying, not yet. It's only been 2 weeks. Definitely maybe in the future, but not yet. And I definitely like you, and we have chemistry and all these nice things. But he seems to be taking it like she broke up with him. So there's two conceptualizations that I can think of off the top of my head. I don't know. This is total speculation. One is that some sort of traumas are being triggered for him. It's just like either you're all in or you're all out, and there's no in between. And because you said no to my proposal, that means that you automatically don't really like me. You automatically hate me, and you're abandoning me, and this relationship is not safe, and I don't feel good, and this is awful, and all those past traumas coming up of legitimate times when he was abandoned and rejected. And he's imposing them on this relationship here and being distorted in his perception. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is that this is a passive aggression, in that he is strategizing of saying, well, I know that she likes me, but she just did something I didn't like. She said no, not yet to my proposal, and I don't like that. And the way that I deal with attachment injury is to punish, is to make sure I give a very firm message to the other person that I am upset and I did not like that, and I'm not going to take that kind of crap. For Geoffrey, I don't know, because there's no way for me to know, but I know people who will do this, which they will, upon a little bit of rejection, they will get hurt as a primary emotion. That will be transformed into a secondary emotion of anger. And then they say, okay, what do I do with this anger? Well, I can't be overtly angry because that would reveal my vulnerability, or that would, I don't know, be bad. So I'm going to be passive. I'm going to have hidden anger. I'm going to express my anger, but it's going to be hidden from around the bush, and I'm going to give the silent treatment, or I'm going to reject her. And the hope is that she will realize that she did something wrong, and she will come crawling back to me, and then I will have my attachment security met, and my hurt will be gone.
I mean, we're in this van, all awkward after you picked me up at the airport. Now we're back in this van, all awkward going to the airport. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just really, I want you to know what's going through my mind.
That kind of lends itself to what I was saying. Of course, I have no idea. I would have to ask Geoffrey if my conceptualization makes sense, because I can't get inside of his head. Contrary to what YouTube will propose, a lot of YouTube videos will say you can read people's minds through body language and this, or the way your eye movement and this sort of thing. Science has demonstrated those are not supported claims. So there's no way for us to know what's really in Geoffrey's mind.
Is that a bar?
Mm-hmm. Next time we could go there.
Oh, yeah? Next time?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I come here again?
regardless of what conceptualization we go with, it's clear he's definitely hurt, and he's definitely taking the not yet in a very serious way, in a way that I think that she didn't mean, and in a way that, at least me watching, I would say, hey, Geoffrey, she said not yet. She didn't say no. You're taking it as a no, but she said not yet. She said maybe in the future. And she just said, hey, next time you come, maybe we could go to that bar. So that seems to indicate that she wants to continue to date you. Maybe she wants another 2 weeks. I don't know. So at the very least, he's hurt. And is he hurt because of past traumas, and he's just distorted in the way he's perceiving things? Or does he kind of know that she said not yet, and he's hurt because he doesn't have control over the situation, and so he's trying to control it through passive anger by drumming up rejection vibes towards her, hoping that she will chase him? I don't know. There's other possibilities too.
I don't know what's going through your mind. Like,
You did one try and that's all, right?
what do you mean one try? It's not like we live in the same town. It's not like I can hop over and, hey, you got to eat or whatever. There was a lot put into this.
You're gonna make such important decision so fast?
I really don't think this. The person that I'm supposed to be with is supposed to go, I really want to be with this guy?
Yikes. So now he's pathologizing her, saying, look, I really like you, but we've only been in-person dating for 2 weeks, and so I just want to give it some more time. And now he's basically pathologizing her. This is actually very interesting. So I don't know. The allegations on the internet are just on the internet. I don't know if they happened or they did not. But for people who are high control and use violence to control, there's a common profile, not always, where they will actually try to establish a marriage very quickly because either they're psychopathic and they feel like they need to manipulate in order to kind of get that relationship locked down, or more commonly, they are terrified of being alone, they're terrified of abandonment, and their way of dealing with their worry of abandonment is to control. And they will perceive it's hard to control someone if you're not married to them. There's this perception of like, well, once we're in the marriage process, then I have more control because we'll be connected legally or whatever. And so, like I was saying, maybe some of these people even look towards countries where people are more likely to put up with your bad behavior because they want to come to the United States. I don't know. But so this is a little concerning. This does lend itself towards a high control mindset of like, I wanted to lock this relationship down. You said you wanted to give it more time. That gives me incredible anxiety. I'm not in control of the situation. I'm going to punish you for saying not yet, even though you were very sweet about the not yet. This is concerning.
I was hoping to be going home with a ring on your finger and a promise and a sharing this love and this desire to keep this relationship going and keep going up and up and up.
I don't want to be fast. I don't want to make mistakes. That doesn't mean I don't want you to come again. I don't feel like this is the end.
I don't know how to make it any clearer. Like this is it. I'm leaving. I'm going home.
So in this instance, for Varya, she would have a question in her mind like, wait, so just because I said not yet, and even though I'm clearly saying I want to continue being with you, you're willing to throw away all of that future just because I'm not saying yes to you right now? Does that mean you don't really love me and you're more in love with getting married than you're in love with me? Because if you really loved me, then you'd want to retain this relationship, which I'm saying I'm fully on board with. So from Varya's perspective, I wonder if she's going to feel that way about it.
I'm going to live my life apart from you. So, give me a hug. Can I have a hug? Yes? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thanks for the adventure, and good luck.
So this is looking more and more like a passive aggression. Of course, I have no way of knowing. But I have a hard time believing that he is 100% on board with breaking up with her. I mean, he is breaking up with her. She said, not yet, but let's continue with the relationship. He right now seems to be breaking up with her. And I have a hard time believing that he really wants to break up with her. So why would he act like he wants to break up with her? Well, the only thing I could think of is a passive aggression. He's trying to hurt her or play a game. A lot of times people call these games of like, okay, I'm going, see ya. And then the hope is that she's going to chase. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more of his perspective. Maybe he'll talk more about why he's making this choice. Let's continue watching.
I said because Geoffrey left. He told me, no, this is the end. I can't believe it is. It couldn't be.
Now, I will say, I don't want to discount the devastation that some people can go through when they propose and they're turned down for whatever reason. So it's not like it's irrational to be hurt when you get down on one knee and the person says, not yet. It's going to hurt. So I'm not going to say that's not going to hurt. But I will say that given everything that's happened prior to this moment from Geoffrey, it doesn't make a lot of sense as to why he would just be like, okay, that's it, we're done, break up. I was totally in love with you. I was ready to spend the rest of my life with you. But because you said that you wanted to give it a little bit more time, we're done. That's it. We're over. I have a hard time believing that he truly is done with the relationship. I don't know. Let's continue watching.
You all right?
I don't know what to do.
Okay, interesting. So obviously I have no idea, but if this was a passive aggression as a way of trying to manipulate her into doing what he wants her to do, which is to say yes to marriage, it seems to maybe be working. So that's interesting.
I don't want to let you go.
I need somebody to love me and not stop.
So I really can't figure it out. And then, of course, it makes sense I can't figure it out because I'm not in his head. But there's all those possibilities. One is that he, for whatever reason, just has a preference of things moving fast, which, some people do. Or he is so distorted in his pain that he sees the not yet as an absolute no and as a massive rejection. There's that possibility. The other possibility is he's picking up on more ambivalence in her than I'm seeing, and that he is reacting to that. That even though verbally she's saying, I really want to be with you, he definitely detects in her the worry about his past and the way he treated her friends. And he's like, I don't know if this is going to, the way she comes across to me, she likes me, but I don't know if she is really dedicated to me. So I'm going to test the waters by asking her to marry me. And if she says no, then you know what? I should just cut my losses. I don't think she's into me as much as I really want her to be. Maybe there was that. And then we have another conceptualization, and many more, but another conceptualization of, I'm going to play a game with her that I have used in the past to suck her in and get her to play along with the way that I want things to go. I want to control this situation. I want to get that ring on her finger. I want to, start the process of becoming more attached. And so if that's the case, there would be two reasons for that. One is just normal attachment. You just really want the attachment to happen, as most of us want attachments. And for high control people, they know that in order to get any kind of semblance of closeness in their life, they have to get their hooks in very quickly. Because they believe in order to retain attachment, they have to control people and they have to start amping up their control ladder. I have to get her to do certain things. I got to get her to marry me. I got to get her to move in with me. I got to get rid of her friends. I've got to get rid of her family. I've got to get into her mind and say, like, well, all men fly off the handle sometimes. I got to make sure that she's afraid of calling the police. Like, that's the ladder of high control. I obviously have no idea if Geoffrey has ever done that or is doing that now.
You second guess the situation. I don't know what you expect me to do or expect to say or how you want me to act right now. I am hurt. I'm going home, okay? So, thank you for everything.
I mean, at the very least, you would say that he's being cold, right? That he went from, I want to marry you. I mean, it just seems so strange what he's doing. He went from, you're the love of my life, you're my soulmate, and very tender and very nice, to this, which is just like, who are you? Get out of my face. Yeah, okay, that's nice. We'll hug, go away. It's a very interesting demeanor that he has.
I gotta go.
I can't believe this is the end.
I'm sorry. I gotta go. I came to Russia because I wanted Varya to fill this void in my heart. But the rejection is too much. I'm ready to give up on love.
All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Thanks for joining me out there. Please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.